No one talks about this tournament, perhaps because the winners preferred to forget, and the dead couldn't tell their story. But one man wrote it down, Matthew Paris, monk, chronicler, and witness of the 13th century, left a warning in his manuscripts. This was not a tournament. It was a massacre disguised as entertainment. For centuries, we imagined medieval tournaments as scenes of honor, chivalry, and nobility. Two men riding toward each other, lances raised, crowds cheering. But the truth is darker than any legend. Real tournaments, true medieval tournaments, were nearly wars. And on some days, like the one Paris described, they were human slaughterhouses approved by the nobility. To understand what happened, we must return to England, year 1241. The field chosen for the tournament wasn't an elegant arena, but a rough, lawless battleground where knights entered without mercy. Cambridge scholars describe these events as disguised battles, and they were right. Knights arrived in heavy armor with sharpened weapons and horses strong enough to crush a human body with ease. Matthew Paris watched as more than 200 nobles lined up to enter the fight. His manuscripts, preserved today at Corpus Christi College, reveal terrifying details. Men entering not to show skill, but to eliminate rivals. Capturing an enemy knight allowed you to demand ransom. It was a bloody business, a market where death was profitable. The tournament began at dawn. The first clashes raised a cloud of dust that swallowed the field. Horses collided, shattering bones. Spears broke, and fragments lodged themselves inside bodies. Some knights fell beneath the hooves and were crushed before anyone could reach them. Paris wrote that the noise was equal to an army at war. Within minutes, the tournament spiraled out of control. More than 60 knights died that day, according to historian David Crouch of Cambridge. These were not clean deaths. They were slow, violent, grotesque men trapped under armor too heavy to lift. Others struck with blows that snapped their necks. Some were decapitated by wild, uncontrolled swings. The chaos spread to the crowd. Horses broke through the barriers, trampling spectators as the nobility watched from decorated tents. Some laughing, others betting in these tournaments death was not an accident. It was part of the show. Matthew Paris wrote, "The field was covered with bodies. More than a tournament, it looked like the vengeance of an angry god." His manuscript reveals that many knights died before even participating, struck down before touching their lance, crushed in the frenzy. There was no honor, no justice, only violence. The king tried to ban these tournaments, aware of the economic and military disaster they caused, but the nobility refused to them. The tournament was entertainment, business, and power. And even when banned, they continued, held secretly in remote fields, without rules, without limits, without mercy. Paris continued writing, furious. His words held more rage than ink. He knew his account could anger the nobility, yet he chose to leave a message for the future, a message for us, that the Middle Ages were not a romantic age of noble knights, but a time where violence was celebrated under the name of honor. When the tournament ended, the field was silent. Blood mixed with mud. Horses stepped nervously over bodies, and the few survivors rose not with pride, nor with glory, only with life, which was already a victory. Matthew Paris wrote, "That day, chivalry died. What happened must not be forgotten." And thanks to him, it wasn't. Medieval tournaments were slaughterhouses disguised as games, and the one Matthew Paris described is the most brutal of all. What do you think about this story? Comment now and follow for more.